Hello, YouTube world. Hello, 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 hello. I'm right here. Um, I just want to go on a quick fucking rant. I'm actually doing a live stream on Rumble right now that I was not planning on having on YouTube. It's called White Guy. Oh my God, I'm asking for trouble with that one. Um, because of the song Pretty Fly for a White Guy. It's actually called Pretty Fly. Okay, the title of the song. Everybody thinks it's called Pretty Fly for a White Guy. It's actually just called Pretty Fly. So they dropped the white guy part. And I'm tired of that. So I just wanted to okay, I'm going to drop the pretty fly part and have just white guy be the title. Because I'm thinking about Matthew who died and that video is all about him, pictures of him. Okay. But, okay, this live stream is botched because I didn't get very far into it and I accidentally hit on this keyboard here. There's a button for airplane mode. I never worked with a computer before that has a dedicated button on the keyboard for airplane mode. I've never seen that. I don't think I've ever noticed that. I don't think that I've ever had one like that. Um, Usually you have to go in to the settings and do that, or at least onto the taskbar. Like you have to click a few things. You can't just push a button and be on airplane mode. But with this computer, you can. And I've thought about this before, but I've never said it. But I want to say it now. I think airplane mode is a total BS. Like as if somebody could interfere with the operations of an aircraft simply by having a laptop powered on. If that's true, if that's what can happen, then then airplanes are not being manufactured according to proper safety standards. If they're that vulnerable, that it's absolutely crucial that every electronic device that can connect to the internet that is made has a kill switch, which is this airplane mode. Airplane mode is essentially a kill switch for all connectivity of your device, whether you're talking about Wi-Fi, internet, or Bluetooth. All connectivity is stopped when you activate airplane mode because supposedly this can has the potential to interfere with the safe operations of an aircraft. So if you're on an airplane flying, you're supposed to activate airplane mode if you're going to use your computer because that way it's going to ensure that it's not going to interfere with the smooth operation of the flight of the aircraft. But my point is if aircrafts are that vulnerable, like somebody just working on their computer innocently, but it's a computer that's connected to the internet, that would pose a risk to the aircraft. Like I think that that's not acceptable. I think that this aircrafts need to be better designed that they could withstand that. That there would be protections within the aircraft itself to protect against that. That it wouldn't be relying on that each device that can connect to the internet has a kill switch that must be activated. And why do they and why do they make it so prominent too? Like, I mean, there's some people like who barely ever travel by airplane. I don't. I don't travel by airplane. I haven't been on an airplane in a very long time, and so it's essentially not anything ever put to be part of my life. But you know how much trouble I've had from laptops that accidentally go on to airplane mode? It happens actually quite frequently. And it's all for nothing because I'm never going to be taking a laptop on an airplane. And I don't even believe that these laptops would pose that kind of a risk even if they were on an airplane and if they did not have an airplane mode. And what's the other thing? Like, why do they make it so easy to activate too? Like a button right on the keyboard. Like I could think of a million other types of buttons that would be more useful. How about a paste button? How about a copy button instead of having to right click all the time? You know? Like, it's just, like, those are functions that are used much more often than airplane mode. And it's elitist because it's for high flying people and not everybody's like that. And it's also, um, seems like it's overkill. It seems like it's unnecessary. And but what's the other part? But so why do they do it then? Why do they do it? Why do they have to go to such lengths to have, ensure an airplane mode is on there? Because I don't really think that the aircraft are that vulnerable. I don't. So why do they do it then? To fucking pull your chain. Because when they said, we're going to let human beings, we're going to take it out of the box now, this new technology, we're going to let the little kids play with it, when the controllers of this world decided to unleash the internet on us, God help us, when they decided to do that, they're like, well, but we can't let them think that they have too much of a good thing here. Like, we have to remind them who's in charge, that we have to remind them to submit to authority and to submit to the dictates of some higher authority, right? Human authority, though. I'm not talking about a spiritual one. Like, make them think that it's so critically important that airplane mode is activated, and we'll go through this whole big ruse just to not to let them get any wrong ideas here about who's fucking in charge, not them. The little peons who we're now going to let to go on the internet. Really, we're just doing that so that we can track them and trace them and manipulate them. But, we want them to think that they're getting a modicum of freedom, but we don't want it to go too much to their heads. So we're going to have to put this kill switch on every single fucking device and to hammer it into their heads how important it is to activate that when you're on an airplane. We have to let our authority be felt, even when it's not necessary. And air travel is one of the places where authority is felt. Right? You have to go through all sorts of procedures. It's legislated that you do have to go through all sorts of procedures before you can even set foot on an airplane. So, it's a place where the state, or I don't even want to say that, like the Leviathan, the power, the source of power, ultimate source of power, but in the human realm has its day. Nobody can question air safety, because nobody wants to be in a horrific accident, right? That's just what I think. I just think it's a ritual. It's a conformity ritual, getting people to conform and also to adhere to the words of of an authority. So it's all just a game. And it's annoying as fuck for people who never travel on airplanes, because airplane mode it can cause lots of problems. I had a computer before that was always going to airplane mode, and you wouldn't even tell it to. It would just do it. This one has a fucking key right on the keyboard. So, I'm just saying, like, it's so fucking stupid. Just wanted to say that. And be thankful that I'm not actually making more of a hard-hitting stream right now. I've got one in the works, though. And I sure must be living up to the stereotype of an angry white guy, though. Fuck, they're gonna think I'm a terrorist questioning airplane safety, too. Like, whatever. Whatever. I'm not. I'm completely against violence, people. I'm totally against violence. It's the whole fucking reason why I left the left. Alright, peace out.